Okay, so equipped with the knowledge of the Laplace transform, let us try to solve a very simple circuit. Once again, I should emphasize that you can only learn something on a simple circuit. So let us try to solve something that we already know how to solve. So suppose we have a DC source, we have a voltage source that is 10 ut, and we have an RL circuit, and our objective is to find this current I t. For so the question is find IT for t greater than 0, and the initial value of the current is 0. This uh, can be found. Actually, it should not be given. Even if it is not given, it can be found. Why? You can see that ut is 0 before t is equal to 0. So before t is equal to 0, this is a short circuit. This is a short circuit, and this is the circuit for t less than 0. So there is no voltage source here. This is R, this is L. So if there would have been some energy in the inductor, it would have long been dissipated in the resistor. So the so exactly at t is equal to 0 minus, just before this kicks in, the current in this circuit I 0 minus would be 0 amperes. And then this voltage source came into play, and this circuit got erected. So you can very easily see that at t is equal to 0 plus, although the voltage source have come into play, this inductor will still be behaving as an open circuit. Why? Because this is the property of an inductor, that it opposes sudden change in current. So I at 0 plus would still be 0. This we already know. But trying to solve simple circuits and seeing how things would behave is always very critical in learning new concepts. So I'm just trying to revise the old knowledge. So, okay, let's try to solve this using the whatever we already know about RL circuits. Although we directly know of a formula, but we can use a differential equation to solve this as well. But and the formula, if you remember, was that if you want to find whatever you want to find, let me write it in xt initially. It's not the derivative of x, it is xt. That would be equal to x naught, the initial value of x, that is at t equal to 0 plus, e raised to the power minus t minus t naught over tau. No, I think I have written the expression that was there for the case of the natural response of a circuit. So the actual formula is not this. It is, okay, let me just rewrite it completely. It is, if you want to find something that is a voltage or current. Then you find the final value plus the initial value minus the final value e raised to the power minus t minus switching time t naught over tau. This is the expression that we already know, where the final value is basically that x at infinity, the initial value is x at 0 plus minus x at infinity e raised to the power minus t, switching time here is by the way 0 over tau. Tau for RL circuit was equal to L over R, and for this circuit we can see that the initial value is 0 and the final value. So what is going to happen if this source is kept there in the circuit for a very long time? So when a DC source is present, an inductor finally starts behaving as a short circuit. So this current ultimately is going to be equal to 10 over R. So this is 10 over R. So therefore, in this case, this X is current. So I T would be equal to I's final value, which is 10 over R, plus this is 0. So minus final value into e raised power minus t over L over R, or minus R over L t. So this is the solution based on what we already know in LCA. And if we have to come through the approach of solving a differential equation, then we can write a differential equation for this circuit. So using MCA, mesh current analysis, or KVL, we can write minus V of t plus R I of t plus L di dt is equal to 0 as the differential equation. So we are going to get L di by dt plus Ri is equal to Vt, which is 10 ut, or di by dt plus R over L I is equal to 10 over L ut. Well, and this is basically for the students of differential equation course. So let me make this in a lecture for students of differential equation course as well, and it will equally interest the ENS students as well. So remember that if we have a first order equation that is not separable of this form, what were the function names that we were using? So let us say this is f of t x is equal to g of t. Then we can solve this by finding a mu of t is equal to e raised to the power uh, e raised to the power switching time, which here is 0 to t of f of t dt, and then the solution would be x t is equal to the value of x, I think it is 1 over mu of t into the value of x at 0 plus the integral from 0 to t mu t gt dt. So here f of t is r over L, x t is actually it, and g of t is 10 over L ut. So we get mu t as e raised to the power integral f of t, which is r over L, dt, which is equal to e raised to the power r over L t, and the solution it is equal to 1 over mu t, which is e raised to the power minus r over L t, and the initial value of x, which we know is 0, plus the integral of e raised to the power r over L t into 10 over L ut. Since the integral is from 0 to t, this ut will become 1. So we get this equal to e raised to the power minus r over L t, and 10 by L will come out. We are going to get e raised to the power r over L t over r over L, limits from 0 to t. So we are going to get this L cancelled. We are going to get e raised to the power minus r over L t 10 over r e raised to the power r over L t, and this we are going to get, if we multiply, we are going to put the limits first, 0 to t, e raised to the power minus r over L t, initially put t, so 10 over r, e raised to the power r over L t, minus put 0, so we get 10 over r. So now we multiply, so this terms will become 1. We are going to get 10 over r, minus we are going to get 10 over r, e raised to the power minus r over L t. This is exactly the same expression that we have found by the shortcut or putting values in the solution. And now let us use the third mechanism that we have just learned using the Laplace transform. So using the Laplace transform, we are going to start from the differential equation. So let us take this one, and let us take the Laplace transform. So we going to get I bar, because the derivative s into I bar minus the initial value of I, which is 0, plus r over L I bar is equal to 10 over L, and the Laplace transform of ut is 1 over s. So we get I bar s plus r over L is equal to 10 over SL, or I bar is equal to 10 over S, or 10 by L over S into S plus R over L. So once again we need partial fractions here, and we are going to write this as some A over S plus some B over S plus R over L. So you multiply throughout by S and then put S is equal to 0. This will cancel out, S will cancel out here, and A will be equal to 10 over L, and S is 0, so R over L, we get 10 over R. And if we multiply by S plus R by L throughout, and then put S is equal to minus R over L, this will cancel out, and we are going to, this term will cancel out, and then we are going to get B is equal to 10 over L or minus R over L, L by L cancel, minus 10 by R. So what do we get? I bar is equal to 10 over R over S plus minus 10 over R over S plus R over L. So what do we get? Now we can use tables. So 1 over S was the Laplace transform of ut, and 1 over S plus A was the Laplace transform of e raised power minus at. So we get it equal to 10 by R ut minus 10 by R e raised power minus R over L t ut. Ut comes every time. Why? Because we are only taking functions for t greater than 0. Remember, we are solving for t greater than 0. So this expression using Laplace transform has a better notation for applicability for t greater than 0 because of this ut. So I hope this is quite an eye-opening, that the method of using the Laplace transform transforms very cumbersome equations into a very simple algebraic manipulation. So even if the partial fractions takes some time, it is still worth it, because this is a very simple problem, and it looks that the application of the direct result had been the easiest in these three approaches. This was the most difficult one. This was mid between these two. But remember, we do not always encounter such simple circuits. We have very complicated circuits to solve, and for those complicated circuits, we do not know the form of the solution. So therefore, such a method is going to be too much cumbersome, and the Laplace transform method is what is going to win there.